you know, what she's been through the past 24 hours. So the top 24 hours will be this time yesterday. So from about 1 o'clock yesterday, that's the time you're.
So that's the start. I was leaving the dentist, getting my wisdom tooth pulled. And the end is the Oragel story, the Chevron Oragel story that she has as her last trip of the night. And she omitted that to Wilkins, is now had to come up with a story to cover this trip.
So what that was really bothering me about almost 1 in the morning. So they called Circle K and see if they got Oragel. So I got in contact with another one of my friends named Misty that I used to work with. She has a lot of mouth problems, and asked her if she had any Oragel. And let her up there at the Chevron. And helped her and got back home. But also 12 minutes. I got like 360 and she's shutting out where everything was so long once I get back. You know, and my mouth took all I get to get in there. Okay.
Now, a couple things about this initial interview in which she's asked to give an account of her movements for like the last 24 hours. No mention whatsoever of the trip to the drug dealer. She didn't want to talk about what she was doing that night in the state that it put her in. So that's omitted completely from this interview. And now she's put a name to the friend who gave her the Oragel. Misty is what she calls her.
Apparently, if I don't move, TikTok freaking says I'm not there, even though we're all listening to this. So I gotta move or something every once in a while. I was moving, but apparently not moving enough, or not talking, or I don't know.
Now, I'll tell you before we move on from that, I'll tell you this. The police asked her to go through her phone, and of course she's playing, the victim. I'm the victim, the mother victim of child abduction. So she probably feels some pressure to cooperate. So she lets them go through her phone. A couple things I see is there's no call to Misty, and there's no call to Circle K to check and see if they have Oragel, which is something she said. First I called Circle K.
There you go, another lie they caught her in, like that they could prove by just looking at her phone that she did not call Circle K and she did not call Misty, the two people she said she called for Oragel. So another lie from her. That's number 3, I believe. So
to check and see whether they had Oragel, they didn't. So then I called Misty. None of that in there at all. They also see a message from the defendant to Danny. We looked at this earlier. This is when she's leaving the Circle K and is about to go to the drug dealer at 10:30. Gonna run to 204, I guess. This is something that she had left out in this initial interview with Snyder and Lemons. So they interview her again, and this time it's in the interview room. And they want to ask her, what's the deal with this 204 thing? Here's what she tells them. Oh, yeah, that was a trip to the drug dealer, but it wasn't actually to buy drugs. She tells them that the reason that she left the house.
I made a trip to the drug dealer, but I'm not there to get any drugs. That's kind of crazy.
House at 10:30 at night and went to her drug dealer and was there for 10 minutes. Was simply to pay off a pre-existing drug debt in the amount of $20. Now, the evidence will show that story is just absurd on its face. But in addition to that, the cash app was for $80, not $20. And she'll later admit that this story was true.
That's like 4 now. 4 lies I've caught her in. So she said she went there to pay the drug dealer $20, but she actually sent them $80. It's a lot. There's a big difference there. That's lie number 4.
But here she is launching it.
Or 5.
Yeah, and I was already heading back by the time that.
So at 10:40, we checked in that she returned on 204 to meet Brett?
Yeah, like I'm turning on 204 now, like I'm not leaving. That's what I was telling them.
And at that point, you did get